Hello, everyone. Um, um, sorry for the wait. I was just doing some stuff to get ready. And we are here. We're going to be doing some Yu-Gi-Oh stuff today. Before we get into actually playing Yu-Gi-Oh, I have two things to react Andy to. It's Friday, so I thought before we jump into Yu-Gi-Oh, we'll react to some Yu-Gi-Tube content. Um, my Libromancer Math Mech deck list was featured on MBT's latest Jank Bank, so I have the stream VOD of his Jank Bank because the edited Jank Bank video isn't quite up yet. I don't think Lad's done editing it yet. But MBT did play my Libromancer Math Mech list I posted for Jank Bank. So, I will react to him playing it on his stream VOD here in a second. But first, I thought we might as well watch History of Yu-Gi-Oh since it's Friday. We'll do a watch along for History of Yu-Gi-Oh first. So let's get into it.
Pendulum domination structure.
Oops. I didn't mean to do that.
Pendulum domination structure.
I wanna enlarge this.
The Pendulum Domination Structure deck was
let me know if
January
y'all can hear that.
2017. While
Or
DDD is an
you need to
archetype
turn
that
it
has
up.
received support prior to this release, it was this structure deck in particular that would take the archetype to Tier 1 contention. In this series, both MBT and myself will be traversing the sands of Yu-Gi-Oh's history. Each episode
Hopefully
will
the
take a deep
volume's okay.
dive into Yu-Gi-Oh's past formats and unlock new strategies as new sets become available. Strap yourselves in because anything is possible. Welcome to the History of Yu-Gi-Oh! If you want 5% off any singles or sealed product, click the affiliate links in the description
5%.
and use code CIMO5. And clicking the TCG Player affiliate link before you shop helps support us to provide you with more amazing content.
Oh wait, we got some new patron names. Let's check some of these out. Virtual Dragon, these nuts across your cards. MBT voice, the problem is these duelists are too good. I've tried reading cardboard, it was horrible. My guinea pigs had to get me therapy.
Well, if my brain wasn't fried by Metal Foe's Yangzing, it certainly will be by DDD. Welcome to a Tier 0 uncounterable super threat that was playable for all of 5 minutes. DDD, or Different Dimension Demons, is a very strange archetype. It's a series of monsters that all have names of famous conquerors and are meant to represent the positions in a business hierarchy. It is truly one of the most terrifying representative archetypes of all time, trying to evoke the feelings of capitalism. And like capitalism, a lot of the time you're just spinning your wheels for not enough payoff. This is bloated, to say the least. DDD was expected to be an extremely powerful deck based on its position in the OCG metagame, where it was dominant for a fair amount of time. But that dominance was off the back of a series of cards that all had to be legal at once. DDD Swirl Slime, Ragnarok, Kepler, Necro Slime, and Lamia. Unfortunately, DDD Lamia did not come to the TCG in a timely fashion. It took until the release of the DDD structure for us to receive this card, and as a result, that was the first and only time the deck was ever considered playable. Unfortunately,
yeah.
because DDD came out
Late
so
TCG
far after
import
it was
problem.
to relative to the OCG, it didn't find itself in the Tier 0 spot that everyone expected. Instead, it was competing for metagame space with other combo decks. Magispector and Yangzing Metal Foe. ABC had combo capabilities, and a lot of these decks were much more consistent. That said, DDD was alluring to pilots for one particular reason: its complexity. This is one of the hardest decks to pilot in Yu-Gi-Oh's history, especially considering the other decks in this format are pretty cut and dry. Imagine playing a deck like this that has thousands of combo strings for which you have to pivot on a dime when you could just be playing a deck that sets 5 and passes. Now, I did play this deck when it was legal, but unfortunately, the combo strings you are capable of doing are not only reliant on the cards that you include in your main deck, they're reliant on your extra deck cards as well. And I'll be honest with you, the extra deck of the list that we have selected for today does not reflect the one that I played in real life. There were a couple of different builds of this strategy at the time, ones that attempted to go for Beatrice early and often, as you can see in here, ones that attempted to Trishula you turn 1, which is the ones I have a little more experience with, ones that attempted to draw their entire deck off the back of TG Hyper Librarian, which is not this. Simply put, it's a big, messy combo strategy. This deck's lasting cultural impact on Yu-Gi-Oh! Was the concept of the DDD spreadsheet. This deck was getting spoiled in the TCG
spreadsheet.
site that reports on
Oh my
OCG
god.
game trends, released a bunch of combo strings in which they would detail exactly the steps necessary to make the most powerful end board based on your opener. Opening something like a Swirl Slime, a Lamia, a DD Savant, Kepler, and a Ragnarok could put somewhere between 4 and 5 negates on your side of the field if you played optimally. But if you just tried your best, you were never going to approach anything remotely close to that power. As a result, combo theorists were routinely in the tank on this strategy, trying to figure out exactly how many negates they could squeeze out of any individual hand. It reduced Yu-Gi-Oh! From a game in which you have to have an intuitive sense of what your win condition is and what you are attempting to play against relative to your opponent's opener, to a rote, paint-by-the-numbers style of gameplay in which you execute a mathematical formula that you paid some amount of money to download offline, hoping your opponent doesn't have what's necessary to crack it. At the end of the day, this deck ended up being an incredibly complex, hand-reliant combo deck, competing for space with other combo decks, insanely easy to...
Oh, the video's a bit quiet. Let me try to rectify that. I might need to turn the deck stock audio up a little bit.
board against, and with almost no ability to play through
Hopefully that's a little better
from your opponent. Released too late to be tier 0, and unfortunately right before the release of an archetype that would actually ascend to the tier 0 throne. It enjoyed exactly 1 week of metagame dominance before the zoos made their appearance.
All right.
Let's walk through the individual cards, and I'll do my best to kind of explain the combo strings as we get there. First up, we've got Armageddon Knight, which is a fine normal. You can see that this list is on a ton of really crazy things in order to make playing this worth it. Zephyros the Elite could theoretically bounce a gate back to hand for use on a future turn, or Farfa Malbranch of the Burning Abyss could banish an opponent's monster. But largely your normal summon is going to be DD Savant Kepler, which adds a gate from your deck to your hand on normal or special, or DD Savant Copernicus, which when normal or special sends a DD or Dark Contract from your deck to the graveyard. After performing that, you want to have something like a Swirl Slime, a Necro Slime, and a Lamia in your hand, with potentially a Ragnarok as well. All these cards functionally do something similar. Swirl Slime permits you to fusion summon from your hand by using it and another card from your hand. Necro Slime does the same, but for the graveyard. And Lamia is a tuner. Importantly, it also can send a DD or Dark Contract card from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard to special summon itself, but it's banished when that happens. All of the cards are going to be fusion summoning or special summoning have a similar effect. DDD Flame King Genghis and a synchro monster you'll make afterwards, DDD Dusk King Alexander, say if a DD monster is normal or special summoned to your field while you control this face-up card, you can target a DD monster in your graveyard and special summon it. Realistically, you wanted to use Swirl Slime to summon a copy of Genghis, then use Swirl Slime's graveyard effect to summon an additional DD monster from your hand, triggering the effect of the Genghis and summoning back the card that you used alongside the Swirl Slime to perform the fusion summon in the first place, usually Lamia. This is a mechanism by which you can recycle the tuner without actually losing access to it after it's used once. From there, you can synchro summon DD Gust King Alexander, and then any additional special summons via something like a Necro Slime would enable you to reborn something like a Genghis in order to get off of the races. DDD Oblivion King Abyss Ragnarok has the same effect as Genghis, functionally, while in the Pendulum Zone, and as a result, it was likely you would reborn a ton of DDDs over the course of the turn, eventually culminating in an endboard of something like Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, DDD Cursed King Siegfried, which is a spell trap negate, and maybe something like a rank 8, a rank 4, or a rank 6 in Beatrice made off of a couple of copies of Genghis. This is certainly a formidable end board, but what I've described to you is a 3 to 4 card combo in which you don't draw any duplicates for specific different named DD monsters. Contrast that with a deck like Magispect or Metalfoe, which really just needs to open Gofu and a couple of vanillas in order to get off to the races, and you can see how hard it was for this deck to compete against things that not only could put up significantly better boards, but also could rebuild afterwards. In order to find those 4-card combos, we're on 3 Allure of Darkness. In order to facilitate follow-up plays, we're on Savant Thomas, which can add DDD cards back to hand. In order to find DDDs more consistently, we're on Gate, and facilitate more fusion summons, we're on Swamp King. We're on Foolish Burial, 1-for-1 Desires, Upstart Goblin, and maybe a backup plan of Dark Contract of the Witch. Of course, Vanities is in here as well. But at the end of the day, none of these setups competed against sideboard options like going first, any sort of Floodgate, and going second, the Winged Dragon of Raw Sphere Mode. In the side, we've got Ghost Ogre, we've got Maxi, we've got Shadal Dragon, we've got Wave, Oblivion, Caesar, Ragnarok, which we will not be boarding into, Masked Hero Darklaw for a Mask Change 2 move, Trishula for like if you're going second and have a 2-card combo you want to execute, Castel, System Down, and Twin Twister. I know this was a long one, but I really need to impart upon you, the viewer, just how much hype this archetype had, how damaging the release schedule of DD Lamia was to its overall success, how much it flopped relative to how it was expected to perform, and how short its period of dominance actually was. Anyway, here's Alex with a deck that requires significantly less brain power.
All right, well, this looks more promising than the deck we were playing last episode, considering we're going to be able to play more than one card.
Significantly less brain power, and it cuts to a fucking BA list. The deck played by a certain streamer with a bunch, who's watched by a bunch of 14-year-olds that have macros for Joel.
Card per turn. So Infernoid, Burning Abyss, 2 archetypes that you hear those names and don't think that they meld together in the slightest, considering they sort of contradict each other in what they're trying to do. But there are some interesting synergies that cross over between these 2 archetypes that around this time in the format, people started to think, well, with the other decks that are considered the best decks of the format right now, there is a lot of graveyard interaction that Infernoid in Engine can actually handle quite well. What can we do to spice up Infernoid a bit to make it not so reliant on some of the weaknesses that Infernoid has? And that's where the Burning Abyss engine comes in. Fiendish Rhino Warrior, as a matter of fact, says send 1 Fiend monster from the deck to the graveyard, which means it can actually send any of the Infernoids because they happen to be Fiends. And when you have stuff like Harmodic being a level 3 that you could possibly overlay with something like that, you can go into Dante. Dante's mills are not only hitting Burning Abyss cards, but they're also hitting stuff like Infernoid cards as well, which is actually quite nice because now you have a more consistent way to reliably get your Infernoids from deck to grave instead of just relying on cards that are going to blindly get you cards into the graveyard, and you actually have a 25 beater to boot on top of it. That also is going to get long-term value when you consider you're playing Burning Abyss as like a sub-engine here, right? So it's neat, and this deck is actually a blind second strategy, which is why you don't see any trap cards. That's why you also see Interrupted Kaiju Slumber in the main, because most of these archetypes, if you just like Kaiju over one of their things or just Kaiju Slumber their board, you can just summon a bunch of dudes and probably just kill your opponent pretty easily. So let's do the card by card. For the BAs, we have an Alec, a Barbar, a Calcab, a Seer, and a Graph and Triple Scarm, as well as a Rubik. I think that does it for all the BAs. Oh no, we have 2 Farfa as well. Then for the Kaijus, these cards are kind of all over the place. We have 1 Dogoron, double Gamma Seal, and I think we have a Lightning Kaiju. Yes, we have a Lightning Kaiju as well. That makes sense. Typically, when you have Kaiju Slumber, you have 4 Kaijus because you want to make sure you can actually resolve 1, if not multiple copies of this card. And then for the rest of the cards, we have triple Fiendish Rhino Warrior, which sort of like sews both of these archetypes together in a nice way. And then for the Infernoids, we have triple Antra, double Atundel, triple Decatron, let's be honest, it's one of the best ones, 1 Deviati, triple Harmodic, an Anunku, and double Saitsamas. I guess I missed a Libic in the BA department as well. Double Maxi, a Tour Guide, and a 1-for-1 round out the main deck. The side deck is just full of a bunch of crap. I mean, we have Pilgrim Dante in here because we can play Beatrice to go with our triple Dante, but we're also playing Infernoid Tierra because we also have triple Void Imagination in the side.
Oh my god, it's playing Gay Dante.
Second, and our opponent's most likely going to like let us go second because a lot of the decks during this time want to go first. So if we bring this in post side, we can most likely expect our opponent's going to summon a monster that was special summoned from the extra deck, which means we can get the full value going to the Tierra. And then for the rest of the cards, we have a Felgrand, a Levier, a Mechwhip Danganier, and Acid Golem, Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon, a Utopic Future, Enter Blathier, a Grand Pulse, as well as a Break Sword. The side deck, 2 copies of Lad. Very funny to see this during this time because a lot of decks sort of fall to this card very quickly. Sphere Mode's just like another one of our Kaijus, essentially. Triple Twin Twister, triple the aforementioned Imagination, triple Breakthrough Skill, a Skill Drain, a Warning, and a Vanity's Emptiness. We expect our opponent might make us go first. We can bring in these 6 cards, and that way we actually have something to do instead of just like Dante Pass, maybe have an Infernoid or 2 out. So I'm excited to see how this one plays out. I actually think there's a lot of cool stuff this deck can show off, and hopefully we get to do that in today's episode. Ladies and gentlemen, let's not make you wait any longer. It's time to do it. You know, Joseph, usually I feel like I deserve to be in the shirt this episode. Maybe I deserve to be in the shirt because I opted to play Yosenju out of all the choices we had last episode. So I guess I can't really blame
it. It was a close one. It was a close one.
Incredibly close. I'm surprised it came down to the wire the way that it did. This episode, I think, should be, hypothetically, a bit more interactive, I hope. And I'm excited because I think this is a matchup for a deck that only saw 2 weeks of play in the TCG. Is a deck that a lot of people are quite fond of, as a matter of fact.
I mean, I talked about it in the introduction, but people were so hyped for this deck in a way that they really haven't been since they were like, it's going to be so unbelievable. Tier 1. Then one very specific series of cards released, but one beautiful moment. This was probably the best thing you could be playing.
Yeah, I agree. And it's one of those decks, too, where there's actually a very high ceiling in terms of being able to actually pilot it correctly compared to some other decks that we've played where the best deck is like the most brain-dead thing you could be doing. So it'll be interesting to see how things play out. Let's shout out the patron. It is Steve Rowe. Thank you for the support. You got the hand up, my friend.
Yes.
I don't know how I keep doing it. 3 for the number of stars on BAs.
3 for the specific cards I have to open to do fucking anything.
And given one of them
right. Well, now that I'm going first, you're probably going to need 4 or 5.
Playing fucking BDD, I'm going to
on the field. So
increase the
play
playback
buddy.
speed.
Hope it works out for you.
I have no idea if this hand is good enough.
I feel similarly. Okay. I'm going to normal summon Fiendish Rhino Warrior.
Okay.
We're going to banish Antra from our hand for Harmony.
Oh, shit. Yu-Gi-Oh! Yep. Oh,
yeah,
dude.
That's 2 3s. So let's just go for Dante.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll mill 3 here and catch our Rhino Warrior friend. Not bad. So unfortunately, we didn't get any BAs, but Fiendish Rhino Warrior is basically a pseudo BA. So let's see what we got going on over here. Let's see. I hit a. Let's just we'll send Graph. We'll go Graph Effect. We'll just get Seer.
Sure.
And honestly, I think we're just gonna keep it chill for now. Go ahead.
Standby.
Not the craziest play. You're good.
All right. So here's why I have no idea what's going on in this hand. It's got a lure in it.
Okay.
This asshole probably.
Thankfully, Dante whipped for the most part.
Now things have gotten interesting.
You have a better idea of what's going on?
Yes.
Is the deck just too good, Joseph? Is that the problem? Is that too many things to do?
No. that is not the problem. The problem is I have another Alert of Darkness, and I don't know if it's worth doing, and I'm gonna do it. Oh, thank God. Okay. Oh God. Wait. Oh shit. Okay. Okay. We will be banishing Savant Thomas. We don't.
Okay.
That guy. Not material. It's insane. It's a really, really good opener, but it's missing Lamia.
So is it a really good opening then?
It's fine. We will make it work. Normal Savant Kepler. We're gonna grab Dark Contract with the Swamp King.
Interesting. We already have the other one?
We do. We're gonna go Dark Contract with the Gate. We're gonna activate the effect.
Seems pretty good to me.
We're gonna grab Swirl Slime. Swirl Slime and Necro Slime to summon Genghis.
This is the guy.
Thoughts?
Does it look like I have a card in my back row?
Swirl Slime special Copernicus. We are going to go Copernicus effect. We are going to send another Swirl Slime. 1 for 1.
Holy shit. Yep.
Lamia.
There you go. All right. And you were worried.
I was worried.
Would you like to use your Genghis, sir?
I'm thinking about it. Yes. We're going to special this guy.
Seems about right.
We are going to go Genghis and Lamia into Gust King Alexander.
All right.
We are going to go... Oh, Ragnarok triggers on summon. Yeah, but in a recoverable way. All right, we are going to... Yeah, go Lamia here.
Sure.
By sending this. Go Lamia, and she gets banished, I think.
She does.
And Savant Kepler for Formula Synchron.
Draw a card.
Is Genghis outfit summon and defense? Oh, wow, okay. Let's go... I gotta clear out zones, yeah. I'll go Oblivion King Ragnarok. Target Dante.
It's banished, I believe.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Armadick falls off.
Let's go Swamp King. Genghis and Swirl Slime. Genghis.
No, just another Genghis, sure.
We're gonna go Alex, target, Necro Slime. We'll go these 2 to the grave for Formula and Genghis for Siegfried. And Necro and Genghis for Oracle King. I think if I banished the Seer, I won here. We would just attack over, but I didn't, so here we are. Combat, go.
6. I think so. Seer effect.
Yeah.
graph.
Go like this.
Graph. Get Scarm.
Yup.
And Scarm goes, and I take, what, 28 here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Back to you.
Okay, I mean, this is DDD at its finest. Just summon as many gigantic things as you can. We'll trigger Scarm.
Yeah.
What do I have to worry about? Just have to worry about Siegfried, and that's just spells and traps, I believe.
That is correct.
Okay, that gives us a chance. We'll go for Tour Guide.
Yep.
Draw.
Yep.
That's a draw. I will say that is a draw. Stand by me.
Yeah.
Gotta figure out how to take out all of these things that you got over here. Okay, we'll go Tour Guide effect.
Yep.
Get ourselves. Well, this deck does not have some things that I thought it would have.
Tell me about it!
I guess you and I are both feeling the same way. Okay, I think I'm overthinking this. Let's just go. I kind of want like any guy. That could also just. I guess. We'll go Scar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make Dante.
Yup.
We'll declare. See what we hit.
Those are pretty good.
Okay,
Those are pretty damn good.
those are pretty damn good. I would agree with you here. So now this actually gives us even more options.
That's not good.
I'll banish 3.
Yeah.
Let's go for Onunku.
Yeah.
Onunku effect.
Yeah. We'll go Siegfried here. We'll go up to 9k. Oh, whoa, not that much. I'll get this guy out of here.
So you're at 9k. We'll trigger Dante. I guess we'll grab Seer, since I know I have only one of it for some reason. I already normaled, so that kind of sucks. Can't really do much else because Onunku's just big, so we'll hit for 3k.
Yes.
And then second main, I'll just go to end phase, trigger Scarm. You know what? Let's grab Rubik. Why not?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Armageddon Knight.
Sure.
Effect. This is a pretty good draw. I don't know what I'm doing with it.
Pay 1,000 for your contract, sir.
Yes. I'll send Farfa. Let's get this guy out of here. Hey, get this guy out of here. Banish that guy. Swamp King. This is our last fusion here.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm not dead.
No, you are not, regrettably. Second main, back to you.
Why do you have back row? All right, I'll draw.
Get your little guy back.
Stand by me. Yes, thank you. I get my guy back. It's kind of annoying, actually. I kind of wish he would just stay permanently banished.
Hey, if you want to get rid of him.
Guess I just have to hit. I guess we can go, I don't know, what, 18? Be mindful of that. That's actually not a lot of life points. I think I like this. Let's go 1 for 1. I'll pitch this Deviati.
It's horrifying. Sure.
We'll summon the boy.
Yup.
And unfortunately, because I got the Deviati, my plays are now infinitely worse for what I can do. I guess I'll just send Antra. Why not?
Yep.
We can go Decatron as Antra to bounce this.
Yeah.
And then we'll just go battle hit over this.
16 here.
Yep.
Yep.
Fortunately, there's not a ton I can do just because of the level restrictions on the Noids, but I'll pass the turn. Pay your 1,000.
I will not. You got it.
Ooh. Okay. Onunku carries.
Oh, you're telling me I threw that one because I didn't banish Seer. Come on.
It's okay, buddy. You got a game 2. I'm sure you'll do just fine.
Do I ever? Let's lead Allure of Darkness.
Troll Despair.
Sure.
Banish Lamia. Well, now we're
Always
really
Troll
cooking.
Despair.
Dark Contract with the Gate.
Good start.
Let's grab Swirl Slime.
Uh,
Swirl Slime and Lamia. For Genghis. Swirl Slime. Special Copernicus. Copernicus effect.
Ooh, we dump it. Necro Slime. Maybe a
are.
big boy.
We're gonna go Genghis Seal too. Alright, let's make a Gus King Alexander. Necro Slime.
Free reign, sir.
Oracle King Dark.
Okay.
Gus King. These 2 for Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna play a little more reserved this game. I think last time I went a little 2 balls to the wall.
Okay.
Lamia effect here. We're gonna send Gate, special it. Go just 2 to the grave for Siegfried. She's getting banished. Then we are going to, we've not normaled. Normal Kepler. We are gonna Kepler for Witch.
but
this
Simo
is
has
a little
the
reserved.
ball,
We got-
though.
Does it set it? We've got Crystal Wing, we've got Siegfried, we've got Dark Contract.
This is going to be the
Alright,
greatest
back to
sphere
you.
mode of all
I'll draw.
time.
Stand by main.
Oh, good.
Really wish you would have gone more balls to the wall, if I'm not gonna lie. Would have made my sphere mode all the nicer for you.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, who we losing here?
2 big guys. The 2 small guys, I think, are both useless at this point. I guess I'll get rid of... I don't know if either one's surviving the turn, to be honest. Let's see. You got a bunch of dudes. I don't know if the levels, how much the levels matter. I guess Copernicus helps you get a little bit higher. So I guess I'll get
You want
this.
to take Kepler for formula.
Okay, then I'll take Kepler for formula. You can have your big gold ball. Yeah, we'll go for it. We'll special graph.
Yes.
Special Scarm.
Yes.
And having my normal summon's a bit annoying. I want to try to just keep you on as few cards as possible. We'll overlay. Bit of an unorthodox choice here. I'm going to go for Engineer.
Okay.
Try to take out Copernicus.
Such a
Engineer.
problem for me. In combat, I'll go Dark Contract. We will target Engineer, and I'm going to pitch Necro Slime.
Okay, that's pretty good for you.
Interesting
I'll
going for
use
Engineer instead of going
Yeah.
for Troll
Change the
Despair.
defense so we don't die. Then we'll go second main. That is honestly all I got. Go ahead.
Okay. Dark. Yep. Necro Slime. Let's go Genghis here.
Sure.
Battle.
Cannot protect him, so he will die.
Second main.
Sure. Okay. Another back scar. And I get my spear, I believe.
Yes, you do.
I'll take... do I even want Tour Guide? It's kind of funny that the sphere mode kind of makes my BAs significantly worse. Yeah, we'll get Tour Guide.
Yep.
We'll draw. Ooh, that's pretty good. What other back row would you play in this deck? There's no way you're on more than one copy of Witch. I refuse to believe that. YOLO, Void Imagination?
Yeah.
We'll activate.
All right, it's actually.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. That is actually kind of a problem.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
shit,
the
no.
Spirit Mode coming back was a
Normal
huge problem.
Fiendish Rhino Warrior.
I mean,
Yes,
it outed the
kill
Crystal Wing,
Emergency,
but...
so the fucking extra. Whatever, I'll kill it. Kind of sucks. Second main, I will pass, I guess.
Stand by main. Oh, that's a good draw. I'll take 1,000 here.
Yep.
Attack. Fiendish Rhino Warrior.
Take 6. I'll go Rhino effect.
Yep.
I guess I'll just dump Scar him.
Sure. And face.
Yep. We'll trigger him. We'll get Rubik.
Yes.
Draw. Well, I don't know how you're outing Sphere Mode. I'm sure there are ways, but with Vanity's Emptiness up, I think that sort of complicates things for you. Go ahead.
Okay. Stand by. Main one.
Yep.
Witch. What if I witch my vanities? Does that do anything?
You can.
I got something. Normal Copernicus. How the fuck do I get rid of Sphere Mode? Hold up. Oh, I got one. I figured it out. Damn, that doesn't work either. I got away. I just don't know how I'm getting there. God, I'm so smart. All right, Copernicus and Swirl Slime. That kills vanities.
That does.
Swirl Slime.
Sure.
Ragnarok.
Oh.
Ragnarok. Genghis.
Sure.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Gang's all here.
Yeah. Gang is all here. Now what?
Still can't kill Sphere Mode, but the gang's all here. Oh.
The boy.
Oh, okay. The boy.
Okay,
Sure.
Cal,
Comment.
That does it. Okay. Am I dead here? I don't think
No,
so.
you are not.
35, 28.
Be really
Sure.
nice if you were. Wow. Second main. I swirl slime this guy. Let's swirl him a little differently.
Sure.
We'll go Kali Yuga here to set gate. It's so annoying. I can't activate this because of the way Kali Yuga works. Otherwise, it would just be lethal. Well, this is it. Go ahead.
Draw. Stand by main. Not too bad, but it could be better for us. You set just regular contract, right? Let's get rid of your big boy.
Oh, come on! Dog.
This is all the hand is. All the hand is.
Yeah.
We'll go. Question is, can I like clean up here? All right. Special Seer. Special Rubik. I don't think it matters. Okay. We'll overlay. It's fine. It's fine. We'll just make Dante.
Yup.
We will get rid of this. We'll mill 3.
Yup.
Okay.
Pretty good ones.
Some noids. Got some noids. Let's go. Still need to kill that fucker.
Still haven't done
We'll go
Troll
normal
Despair
to
in
a
the
guy
whole
for
game.
something. Let's just get any old dude. If I go Farfa, is that lethal? Potentially. I think I need to get really lucky. But I'm all for it. Let's do it.
Oh, sure.
We'll go second Dante.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, it's fine. We'll mill 3.
Yep.
Okay, thank God. We're good. We'll go Farfa. Let's get rid of Arc, I think. Special Gamma Seal.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yep.
And then we're going to banish 3 Noids for Deviati.
Oh, my God. That was the last card in hand?
That was. We'll nuke the back row.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
I guess we'll do the math. Let's see. So 25.
Imagine this is lethal.
Yeah.
This is
5.
5. We'll go Genghis effect.
Yeah, and then 9 and 22. Yeah, that's
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
You want to do game
God.
3?
Yeah, I guess. This is a weird one.
Okay.
That's how I feel about this too.
Yeah. Man, you're killing me.
blasted.
I wanted to whine about bricking, and I have not yet.
I was gonna say, like, your boards have been good, and to be fair, if I didn't have Sphere Mode last game, I think I was kind of in trouble.
I mean, actually, this is a bit of a brick, depending on how this turns out.
Yeah, go for it.
We did not get there. Good.
Oh, it's one of those hands?
Indeed.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, my hand isn't that great either. Okay, let's go banish.
My hand
Intra
isn't that
for-
great either, says
Yeah,
the man
just
holding
smack
Maxi.
Absolutely.
I'll pass.
Stand by me. Oh, even better. All right, we gotta do
Yeah.
something. Let's go gate.
That's a good card.
Maybe I should have gated last turn. Just to, not yet. Just to like activate it twice.
It's not Scout Buddy. I know you're used to paying 8.
It's got to be this. There's not another option. Swirl Slime.
Really hate to do this to you, my friend.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right, I'll take 4. But you can just stop here, and it's like fine.
We're gonna normal summon Kepler. Grab Swamp King.
Okay. That's okay. I don't think you're dead. Doing the math. Depends on what's in my deck, so I will slumber.
Okay, I will vanities.
Okay. I think this still destroys the monsters.
What? There's no way, dog.
Because it's a then.
Oh.
I think it's like if its emptiness is already up. I can't
Yeah,
activate
it's a
it.
done.
Because it's like chained. Yeah. Weird. Okay, so I don't get the summon, and then I think emptiness still dies because Genghis went to grave.
Has it resolved by the time?
Oh, it doesn't work that way?
Chain. You go Slumber 1, Vanities 2. Yeah, it's like face up and resolved. Sure.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, I'm not really like doing anything
I
over
feel
here, even
like
though I
am
did that.
probably dead in that case.
No, I am actually. I think I needed that to resolve to kill you. Unfortunately, I needed the damage. This deck is lacking a bit of damage here. That kind of blows. I'm not really doing anything. Oh, am I just gonna? can't just pass with nothing. It just doesn't seem very good. I know your deck can kill me out of nowhere, so I think I'm just gonna set and pass.
I'm gonna try. I'll take my 1,000. Dark Contract with the Gate. I will grab Copernicus. Necro Slime. Go Genghis.
Stack.
Swirl Slime for Copernicus. Copernicus effect.
Who are you dumping?
I don't know. How about Lamia? All right, you're gonna love this. Swamp King.
Okay.
Swamp King effect. Wow. Dark.
All right.
Genghis, target, Lamia. These two for
Best King.
Best King. Yeah.
Oh,
normal
because
Zephyros
Vanity's
hilarious.
destruction doesn't go on
for
chain, right?
Abyss Dweller.
Sure.
Dweller, Zephyros. We'll return the gate.
And do it again.
Well, no, it's a hard one.
Oh, okay.
God, I wish. We'll actually wait on that for that reason. Yeah, we'll wait on that for that reason. Instead, we'll just go Lamia. Target this. Sure. Gust King. Whoop, whoop. Crystal Wing. Zephyros. Bounce. Gate. We'll take 4.
Yeah, we're screwed.
Combat.
Yep. This is more than enough to kill me. It's Rubik. Oh, wait, it's Rubik!
Oh, wait.
Hold on, I might not be dead!
Whoa, 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 whoa. We'll just we'll attack in the right order.
Yeah, I'm like 3,000, 5,000. I'm dead. I'm dead.
Oh, God, it's disastrous.
At least
The
he
hand was
won
2
once.
of the big Infernoids and a Kaiju.
Yeah.
So I wasn't doing anything with that.
No,
Yeah.
man, that feels
This one was weird.
that feels bad because that first game I feel like I
Oh,
just
yeah,
chosen the
okay, they
right
did do
target.
it
I might have walked with a set, but yeah.
At least he
DDD
won
is
once.
A weird deck to try and place, and let me just tell you right now, I'm really glad the people in the comments can't see my hand because I'm sure they would tell me everything I did wrong. Yeah, this deck's strange. It's got like a million 2, 3, 4, and 5 card combos, and I'm familiar with some of them. The problem is not only are they all really, really hard to like remember, they're also really determinative on what you're playing in the extra deck. This one isn't playing TG Hyper Librarian, which was a big part of a lot of these combos.
Really?
Yeah, it's playing 1 copy of Oracle King Dark instead of 2, which screws up some very specific lines. It's not playing a 6-star Synchro Monster, which comes up, especially because it is playing Dragios as like a backup plan, which gets a lot easier to access when you've got 6s. And as you saw in Game 2, the deck really struggles against the sideboard. Learning to play a little more reserved is a skill that's really important, but really doesn't do as much in this deck as you would want just because it's really so feast or famine. People were expecting this deck to be like the new hotness, the best thing you could possibly be doing for the couple of weeks before Zodiac released, but in reality, a bunch of minute differences between the TCG and the OCG and kind of a poor matchup spread just meant that even though it only had 2 weeks as the clear best deck, it wasn't the clear best deck by like a ton. Like you look at the hands that I was opening, and those end boards were shockingly strong, but there's a ton of decks in this format that are like main decking Kaijus, right? Like unless the deck ends on Siegfried, Interrupted Kaiju Slumber solos the entire line, right? People are playing Dark Hole, people are playing Sphere Mode, and as a result, this deck's hard to place. It's hard to play, it's hard to play with respect to your opponent, and unfortunately, it's very short-lived.
Yeah, I was talking with you about this a little bit before we started recording, and I said like one of the things that ruins Yu-Gi-Oh for me personally, and this is just a subjective opinion, is that when it turns into like a fighting game and you have to start like downloading spreadsheets for every single like 2, 3, 4 card combination because the deck has so many lives. Some people love that. Don't get me wrong. Like I have nothing like against that personally. It's just not like the type of deck I enjoy playing because then it becomes there's just so much to take in. I guess from the perspective like that's devil's advocate. There's always something to learn about the deck. But then I feel like there are going to be so many instances where because you're not playing the deck fully optimally, because it seems like this is one of those decks where there's just like way too much for you to account for so much of the time, that as a result of that, as the pilot, you could then lose games that you should have otherwise be winning. And I think that's just something that for one of the best decks, I think that's not like a terrible thing because then it sort of like has like a high skill floor in that regard. But I don't know. I think it's debatable whether or not that's a good thing.
No, dude, you can be honest. It sucks ass. When Yu-Gi-Oh is just the two of you looking at your opening hands and then following a completely deterministic line, like showing each other if you
Then
have
it's chess.
Yeah,
You're playing chess at that
it's
point.
not even chess. There's strategy involved in chess. From a perspective of someone downloading a Road of the King spreadsheet and checking if their opponent has Maxi, there's not a lot that they're doing. And it's formats like this. It's formats like 2018's Goki Gumblar hand loop that I'm sure we'll get to experience in a couple of years. That, in my opinion, are some of the worst Yu-Gi-Oh has to offer. I know that DDD is a well-loved combo deck. I understand that games play out way differently based on what your opener is. But when the entirety of the strategy of a Yu-Gi-Oh game is reduced to which pieces did I open and how can I execute a combo a second person invented, I am not interested in that deck.
My deck, on the other hand, speaking of decks that other people
Your
invented,
deck fucks, dude. This deck is
This deck's kind of, like, it obviously isn't, like, it's not, like, the best deck. There are some, like, bricky messes going on here. But when you look at it in the context of what else is good during this time, DDD was, heralded as one of the best decks for this small stint of playability. You have ABC, you have Blue Eyes, you have Paleo, you have a lot of graveyard-reliant decks, and so all of a sudden, Infernoid isn't looking like a bad option, but Infernoid by itself isn't really able to hold up all that well, and so some madman decided, okay, we're gonna go ahead and combine Burning Abyss with it to give it a little bit more, robustness, right? Just to be able to not just immediately brick if you open a hand of, like, all, of, like, the inoptimal Infernoid cards, if you will. And so it's kind of neat seeing, like, these two cards, or these two archetypes, rather, that you wouldn't expect would really go well together, but it's neat because, like, they're all fiends, so funny enough, like, Fiendish Rhino Warrior can, like, dump any of the Infernoids to the graveyard, like, that's kind of sick. It's just, like, a strictly going second deck in the regard that you're on 3 Kaiju Slumber the main, plus all the Kaijus for the aforementioned reasons, because when your opponent's end board is, like, DDD monsters, Dragon Buster, Toad. You just slam a kaiju on top. You could slumber. You could just start going off with like BA stuff to build a grave. Like Dante fills the grave of Infernoid, so now you actually have stuff to summon off of it, so you're not relying on like bullshit like reasoning or any garbage like that. It actually harmonizes quite well. And yes, it's not perfect, but it's a neat innovation for two archetypes that I don't think most people think go well together.
Yeah, no, this deck is sick. It gets a lot better when like Grass comes out, which will be happening momentarily. It represents kind of a new understanding of how to play Yu-Gi-Oh. You know, you watch a bunch of decks like the DDD one, like the more combo-oriented ABC builds, all the Metal Foes decks that just put up a million guys, and you think to yourself, if they don't get the battle phase, they technically can't win. And then you think to yourself, is there a deck in the format that can beat Tribute Your Spell Negator for a Kaiju IKS? And so people near the end of this format start playing Triple Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. As Dark Hole comes off the ban list, they play triple of that, they play Raigeki, and then you might as well just blind second. And people see a lot of success with that type of strategy in the coming months, and I'm really excited to show off some of the decks that do that.
I know you're excited for next episode, Joseph. I know you've been waiting for this very moment for so long, and it's going to be such a fun time for you.
Yeah, so for all of you who are excited for Zoo, here it is. However, it would shock you to know that Zoo was not the only thing playable upon the release of Raging Tempest.
And Joseph will make sure that is made well and clear in the next episode.
We're going to be playing.
So guys, that's going to wrap it up for another video. I hope you all enjoyed. Let's go ahead and shout the patrons for all of their continued support. So shout out to Shout1317, Tim.
All right. Enough of the sampler. On to the main event.
All right, next up we have Libromancer Punk. No, this is not the Libromancer list I wanted to do. There was another one in here. See if I can find it.
Let's fix the playback speed back to normal for this, since this is less long. I'm only playing my section of the video.
A lot of this super heavy goatee deck, by the way. That's not it.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, here it is. All right, this one I like because not only is it the TCG exclusive Libromancers, it also plays new cards from Syak. It says Cyberse from Access gave several amazing pieces of support for the TCG exclusive Fujoshi Ritual archetype Libromancer. Provided you are throwing them into a Cyberse pile Mathmech brew, you can leverage Cyberse Sage. So what you do here is you send you use Circular to make Cyberse Witch, then you get Cyberse Sage, then you can reveal it for the Libras. Do you know that the Libras have a Cyberse Ritual, by the way? I did. They also provided a dueling book link. I will pick your thing if you do this, by the way. Gay Boys 3 is what this one is called. Gay Boys 3. It's no Gay Boys 2. Okay, we have put Gay Boys 3 in the folder. It's called Gay Boys 3. Ooh. This is looking good, I'm not gonna lie. So here's a Cyberse Witch if you've never read it. If a monster is special summoned to a zone this card points to, banish a spell from your graveyard, add a Cyberse Ritual monster, and assign a ritual from your deck to your hand. Wait, hold up. Why are we not playing Libromancer Origin Story?
He doesn't realize that
It can't be
Cyberse
Gay
Witch has
Boys
a
3
second
without the new
effect.
spell.
He cut the trap to put in Origin Story, even though I side Origin Story for going second. But I guess yeah, it probably makes sense to run it over Displaced.
Gay Boys 3 is the name of your new series with Danny's. Yeah.
Can't wait for your next series with Danny. I'm
Here for
Chara,
the reaction? Haha. You're very
I'm
funny.
reacting to my
That would be incredible, though.
deck that a
10:22
YouTuber
PM
played.
ban list. Would be greatest of all time.
I really hope he gives it a good showing. And he doesn't just wreck on like non-engine.
Imagine if the how packed it was for schedule AM instead of PM. That'd be so funny.
Oh, here we go.
Come on, Mogul. Mogul. You gotta work with me, Mogul. Alright. This is the greatest possible open in the world.
Oh my god. I wish I opened this well.
Alright, Libromancer Geek Boy. Grab me first appearance. This is so good. What the fuck? This is crazy. Okay. Circular. Send Sigma. Sigma.
I would have gone for fire first, but
Circular. Grab Super Factorial. We ain't ever using that shit. Okay, how do we make Witch? Yeah. I get it. Okay,
come on, Disciple DBT, Disciple DBT, Disciple
let's
DBT.
go Alan Bershin here.
Oh yeah, Alan
Okay,
Merchant first, Alan Merchant first, right?
Let's just go get an extender. Of course, we're not playing any extenders, so...
We don't really have room for addition and subtraction.
Chad, if it bothers you, you can skip this part. Don't worry.
Everybody going fucking
Okay, now we
bed
go Cyberse Witch.
Mac.
Alan Bershin, target itself.
Yep. Yep,
Do we have a
tribute.
spell engrave? We do.
Yeah, we have the telly. We're going right to
Summon
Witch,
back
we're not doing
multiplication.
Disciple DBT for the
No,
token.
Summon back diameter. Activate Cyber Switch. Banish E-Telly. Grab both a Cyberse Sage and a Signet Ritual. Oh my god, this is unbelievable. Wait, this is legitimately how to play the deck now. Holy crap. Add a Libromancer to hand, but now that we have a Ritual in hand, we can grab Fire. Oh, man!
Grab fire now. Oh yeah,
Fire,
that makes sense.
reveal Sage. Summon Fire. Fire effect.
Well, he opened crazy enough to not
Grab
need to go
Doom
Disciple
Broker. Do we
DBT,
go
I
Doom
guess.
Broker? Yes.
But oh, I guess if you open this crazy, you can
Man.
you can
Fucking
skip right to
Terahertz
Witch.
is in this deck?
It's not Terahertz, it's Singularity.
What the fuck?
Singularity is better.
If this effect was activated this turn, take a level 4 or lower Cyberse in your graveyard and special summon it? Hold the fuck up.
He's shitting his pants.
This is insane. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way I can make Terahertz and Doombroker.
I guess people are
Variants.
unvedging now and going, it's actually
Wow.
good.
Oh, we can't make Terahertz. We don't have Terahertz.
Yeah, we have
It's not in here for
Singularity
some
because if we go Sage and
okay,
Save
let's
Worm,
just
we
make
have
that so.
3 targets for Singularity. So we can go like a triple bounce on both turns. Oh, so we're just making Heat Soul?
God, we drew an Ash Blossom. Okay.
I guess that's alright. I prefer going Wicked, so that way I have
First
more room.
appearance. Special Doombroker.
I usually
so
don't like going for Heat Soul
1,
right away. Because I'm usually going Disciple DBT.
2.
So I have stuff to banish for Sage.
Oh, he's gonna get so big! Oh my god, he's huge.
Because I can't make Heat Soul under DBT lock.
Let's go get Intervention. This is unbelievable.
But I guess this works.
We have to
too.
leave zones open. We can keep going, but we have to leave.
No,
zones
make
open.
Sage! Make Sage!
We went like +7, and we could keep going. We could go like equation and then
Make
ritual summon out
Sage, make the
Cyberse
save
Sage.
worm.
We could go
and
equation
send
and
them
on the
off,
trap negate, but we have to stop here. We have
and
to
send them off to make Singularity.
Brazy. Magnamut. Magnamut.
Why did he not make
Magnamut
Sage?
said, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna wait on.
And go
that.
for the
we gotta
save
wait
worm.
to Magnamut. Yeah, you got it, buddy. Oh, they're playing it for real reasons. Okay. Wow.
Jesus.
Lubellion. We will ash that. It will go Lubellion and Grave, right? Yeah.
I guess he didn't really have anything to make with Sage because he
Probably just want to go
made
super
them
factorial
because he
here.
went for the Heat Soul play, right?
Oh, they got rid of Diameter. Shit.
Yeah, like, you can't use
Didn't even
super
realize.
back now. Oh, I guess you could. He had enough Max and Grave to still make it. You just can't. He just loses in the gate. He still gets the depletion. It's not as bad as it could be.
We got an infip. And we're gonna make him big again! We're making him big every turn. Ooh, he's big. Ecclesia. Okay. Infip targeting Doombroker. Do they know what Doombroker does?
No, they do not. They are not aware. They probably never read it.
Ugh, this is gross. Okay, they did kind of call my bluff on this. Oh, we could go White Woman. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's funny.
Well, if you
I don't think
made
it's
Sage
good,
into
though.
Save Worm, you could make
But we
Dark
don't have
Fluid
Apple,
or...
so why not?
Yeah, but if you made Sage into Save Worm, you could have went Singularity or Free Token Dark Fluid. Which, Free Token Dark Fluid is probably better than Apo.
Incredible. Wow. Truly incredible. This is so fucking good. Droll me? Man, you gotta be kidding. You ain't drolling me. Let's get back in the hand.
Yeah, well, intervention. If we have intervention, we can play
Boy.
around Droll.
Libromancer gay sex!
Oh god,
we
the
get to play
spell.
gay sex!
Wait, it buffs
Okay,
attack of Libro Rituals. You can just lethal with fucking Doombroker.
Yeah, we have... Oh, we have Fire Burst, too. Could we do them both? We couldn't, no. Maybe we could.
Yeah, he probably didn't
haven't
read
summoned Keyblade from
Sage,
the hand this
and he
turn.
didn't read the Save Worm.
Oh, we should add
And
that.
more importantly, didn't read Singularity, didn't realize Sage and
have
the Save
to
Worm
return
Grave
this.
gives the gives Singularity like
Um,
2 to 3 targets
First appearance.
for the bounce.
Ooh,
Or tokens for Dark Fluid.
Doombroker. Grab the trap.
And also didn't realize the Save Worm is a negate in the
And then
graveyard
guess
if you have
what?
link
This is
4
not
or
once per
higher.
turn. Doombroker. Holy shit. Love wins. Holy shit, love wins. Holy shit. Love wins. Oh my god.
To be fair, this was good. That was good enough anyway because it was a literal
This deck
coughing
is so
baby.
good. I really like this one. Alright, what are we working on for the third one?
Yeah, he went for this like greedy Heat Soul line and didn't use Disciple and Devotee, and didn't really see the point of he didn't make Sage and he didn't fuse for the Save Worm, and probably because he also didn't read Singularity and realized that the Save Worm plus Sage plus Alumbertion gives Singularity free targets, so it gets free bounces. or OG Dark Fluid even. Like, those 3 things engraved gives Dark Fluid 3 tokens. Yeah, Terahertz is good, but I don't think it's as good in this deck as Singularity is. Because the thing is that this is actually one of the few decks where Singularity is actually worth it. Because it can properly set up the graveyard for it. And especially Singularity's second effect, the one that special summons if a monster it's pointing to goes to the graveyard or is destroyed. And special summons on either turn is really good. In fact, now that we are done with our reacting, I'm gonna go to Dueling Book really fast, just to showcase some stuff about the deck that Mr. BT didn't realize. Just to point out some things that Mr. BT did not. I mean, I played this deck on stream before, but I just wanted to point out something really quick that Mr. BT didn't realize. Well, we'll go into solo mode for this. This won't take that long before we get to we actually play a game. So now this hand is not as crazy as the one he opened, but it kind of doesn't work though. I want just a hand that's comparable. Okay, this hand is comparable. To what Mr. BT had. Not as good, but close enough. Opening Sage is a bit unfortunate, but we have a way around that. That's why we have Disciple DBT. We'll go E-Telly. Get Geek. Effect. Get us a first appearance. We'll go appearance. Add fire. But since we have the Sage in hand, we can reveal it for fire. I don't think we need Agent. We can get Doombroker with this. And we declare Circle. Dump the Sigma Mail. Oh, not the hand, the grave. Special Circle. Clear Sugma. Special. Circle. Get Super Factorial. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. I could just add Fireburst off of Witch. I don't need to send Sage back with DBT. Oh, sorry, with Disciple. I think I kind of want to still go Disciple because I want an extra card and I want to probably send I could probably send the Nabla back on this. No, actually, I want to keep the Nabla. I can skip the devotee step. I think this hand's good enough to not need to go through Disciple Devotee. Oh, I mean, I meant to click overlay, so I can overlay over this. And then we can move man it over to where I normally summon this. And we'll go effect. We'll detach. We'll get we have not normal summoned yet, so let's get diameter. So we'll go Dia. Get us, we'll just special Sigma back. We'll go. Do I want to? No, we're gonna skip straight to Witch. I think we got enough material to not need the tokens or the extra card, so we'll just go straight to Witch, like Mr. BT did. And from this position, we'll go Tribute to get the Xyz Engrave, and we'll special back a mech. We'll just special back Circular, and we can go eat. We'll just banish the E-Tally and go get Fire Burst and the ritual and Fire Burst. Right, and then we can activate Witch and special a Cyberse back. We can special back the Sigma again. We could go Heat Soul like Joseph did, but I want to do the Sage play. I kind of want to just go for Wicked, honestly. I think I like Wicked. Well, I have Nebula in hand already, so I think Heat Soul's better. So 2+ Cyberse of different attributes, so I could just tribute Witch and something that isn't dark. Probably Circular. That gets us the Heat Soul. And when we summon Heat Soul, we can just draw a card. That didn't help us out too much. At this point, we'll go Cyanide Ritual. And we'll send the Geek Boy to special summon Sage. We're gonna go Sage Effect. We can Miracle Fuse from Field or Graveyard for a thing that needs Cyberse material. The material the same worm needs is 1 Cyberse Ritual Fusion, Synchro Xyz, or Link monster plus 1 Cyberse monster. So we'll banish Witch, and we'll banish the Sigma on field. Oh no, we can't banish Sigma. I think we have to banish Fire, actually, to get the same worm. And then we can go... we can't banish Alan Burchin because we need an Xyz engrave. We want as many different super types in graveyard as possible for Singularity and Dark Fluid. We'll go to Save Worm effect, the special level 4 or lower Cyberse from our hand. We'll do that to special summon Nabla. We'll send Sage and Nabla to grave to make IP Masquerena in one of the Heat Soul zones, and we'll token up Heat Soul. We'll send the Save Worm to make Lingriba. So this makes one token is 28, and then 500 more is. This would be like 3,200 because it's pointing to 2. And then we'll go first appearance. Lastly, we'll go first appearance, sending Sigma, which is a 4, and Geek Boy, which is a 3, to ritual summon Doombroker. And then we'll go Doombroker effect. We'll set intervention from deck. Then we set Super Fac. We set Called by the Grave. And we move to end phase. On the opponent's turn, we could go, we have our intervention, we can bounce our Doombroker to hand to intervention negate. And then resummon fire and get a fire search. And then we can go IP. Oh, we should also probably fire Heat Soul on their turn to draw an extra card. But yeah, we would go IP. And our IP options are interesting. We can go for White Woman on their turn. We can also go for... because we have the Save Worm, Alambertian, and Sage Engrave, we can get a free token Dark Fluid or a free bounce Singularity. Let's say we go for Singularity. We already got our draw off of Heat Soul, so we go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we just make Singularity. Now, Singularity says that for each of the super types engraved, you get 1 bounce, so this bounces 3 cards. And it gets 500 attack for each card bounced from field or graveyard. So this would put it at 5k. Yeah, if I had, you know, the free cards to bounce. Also, if you have a Link 4 or higher in your extra monster zone, you can banish the Save Worm for another negate. Although this will affect how many cards Singularity can bounce. And then on top of that, we can also go Super Factorial and make Laplation. To also get bounces. Like, if say they summon something to either of these zones that Singularity is pointing to, we can make Alambertian, not Alambertian, but Laplation. Because of Singularity's other effect. And let's move Laplacian to be pointing under Singularity in case Laplacian gets popped. And then we could go Laplacian and detach. It'll let me detach. Like, let's detach the whole tree. It means rule a counter. I meant to detach a card. Let's move this outside of here. Actually, this will make it easier. But move it back to where it was. Prove it a point. So Laplacian pops a spell trap. Hand loops a card, and let's say we get to pop something they summoned within one of the Singularity's arrows here. Then Singularity gets to trigger its trigger effect, and we get the special a level 4 Cyberse. A special. Oh, it's not just a level 4 Cyberse. It is special summon a Cyberse monster. Level doesn't matter. So we could special back IP. Even. Or Heat Soul, even. Even better, we can get Heat Soul back. And from this position, we can just kill them into the sun on our turn. Because it'll be 5k. If they have anything in the graveyard to bounce, we can get Singularity even higher. Oh, it doesn't... Well, specifically, Singularity says if a monster this card points to is destroyed by battle or sent to the graveyard. That's why Singularity can trigger off of Laplacian. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to point out with the difference between the plays that you can make besides the things that Mr. BT showcased. But yeah. I think I am okay to maybe play one game on Omega. Maybe, or I think going through my combo line on DB was enough practice for me for today, though. And watching Mr. BT, it just I kind of explained a lot of brain power going through my deck theory, but we will open Master Duel though for one last surprise before I end the stream.